and be glad in it. I am definitely rejoicing. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm all that good stuff on this Good Here Friday, y'all. It's the weekend, baby. Oh, yes, it is. It's the weekend, okay? Good morning, Qua, and I am excited about it. I am so pumped. Good morning, Miss Ernestine. I am so amped about this Good Here Friday. Listen, me and weekends, let me tell you something. We go real good together, okay? Glory. Yes, we do. Anybody else love a good weekend? I have to tell you, this Freestyle Friday is featuring none other than my hot chocolate. Whew, glory to God. Anywho, y'all, happy Friday. I'm so excited about today. Really excited about our conversation today. I'm excited about y'all talking to me and telling me what we're talking about today because that thing ain't kicking in full gear yet, but it's all good. It'll come. I'm excited about everything. Woke up this morning on like 8 trillion. Let me tell you something. God is good. He's faithful. He's true to his word. He's a promise-keeping God, and he never fails us. And I'm so grateful for his never failing love, his unconditional love. I'm so grateful for how he just, y'all ever thought about how God just be like, how can I explain it? Good morning to everybody on Facebook and Raymond Sound Radio. Forgive me because I am clean talking to Instagram right now. Good morning. Drop something in the comment section so I can see you on YouTube. And good morning, Charles. I can see you on Instagram. For those of you locked in on Raymond Sound Radio, text me 843-580-6550. Has it ever hit y'all like, Matisha, good morning to you, darling. Excuse me. Amazing morning. I appreciate y'all just let me be real. I'm gonna have a little bit of a I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit of how this hit me this morning about realness and all that stuff. But anywho, y'all ever thought about like, has it ever hit you like God he just with you, like he's so down with you? Divorce. Good morning and thank you so much. God bless you, man of God. Y'all ever thought about like how God just be down with you like that and he's just like, this what we doing? Like this life you living right here, we doing this. Okay, that's how God be all up in my mix, all up in my business. He just be like, Winnie, this life that you're living, let's be very clear. We're doing this together. It's a partnership thing. And I believe that he talks to me like that because I committed that to him. I'm like, God, listen, what I'm not going to do is this by myself. See, you created me. I think sometimes people scared to talk to God like that. Not me. I have full conversation with him. And I do believe that's why we so close like that. I believe that's why sometimes, it's so easy for me to go to him and talk to him about certain things. And if you wrap your mind around it for a second, just think about the realness that God is. That thing will be so easy for you to go to him and be like, listen, now you made me, you designed me. Now what we doing? Because what I'm not going to do is live this life by myself in these streets. I ain't about to think about a whole bunch of stuff or none of that. I don't anyway, because I just look in the Bible. But anywho, I just thought about that, I think about that often. Like God just be so real. He just be like, that's mine, that one. The same way you treat your snacks. I be thinking about like real natural stuff to think about God, like how he handles us and, our relationship with him. But if you think about it for a second, like just think about your snacks and your food. What is that? The McDonald's commercial, I think it is. I was watching. Yeah, it's McDonald's. The McDonald's commercial I was watching the other day was a couple in the drive-through line, and the guy, I'm gonna say husband or the guy, looked at the lady and asked her if she want anything, and she said no, she didn't want anything. So he ordered 2 of something, and when the bag, he got the bag, he handed it over to her. She's in the passenger seat. She goes in the bag to get food, and he's like, I thought you didn't want anything. And she's like, well, I mean, you ordered 2. And listen, if you think about that, if you think about how you handle your snacks and handle your food, you just be like, this is mine. Like I gave you the opportunity to ask for yours. God gives us that opportunity every single day. And let me tell you something. Don't let that opportunity just pass you by. Something that my man of God, Pastor Briggs, taught me is a closed mouth is a closed destiny. And I ain't got time to be stagnant in these streets. I got big things that God is calling me to. I got a huge assignment here in the earth. And it requires me to open my mouth. It may require me to ask for some things. It may require for me to demand some things. It may require for me to instruct some things. It may require me to be authoritative in some areas. But whatever it is, I'm going to do it. What I'm not going to do is keep my mouth shut. And the other thing I'm not going to do is live this life out here in these streets by myself. We don't have time for that. I'm just saying. Anybody else don't have time for that? Not me. I don't have time for that. I'm just saying. Good morning, Miss Annette. Amazing morning to you. Excuse me. Happy Friday. But if you really just stop and think for a second, y'all, just think about it, y'all. Anywho, I do have to give y'all an update. I'm going to give you an update before. I usually say I'm going to wait until the half of the hour, but I would like to say thank you to every last person that is watching this morning and that's locked in. Good morning, Monica, because every last one of you have Tiara, great morning to you. Every last one of you that are locked in right now have committed to be a sponsor for Winning Winnie to upgrade and provide a better viewing experience. And I want to say, I can't say thank you enough. Like last night, I went into prayer for every last one of you. And let me tell you something. This morning, I'm like, God, good morning, Gail. I'm like, God, do it for him in an amazing way. Like I'm going in talking to God because let me tell you something. And y'all will hear me say, I learned this from a man of God because I did. That's where I learned it from. But there's a principle that I learned from my man of God years ago. And what he said is what you make happen for the kingdom, God will make happen for you. And because you all have partnered with the Kingdom Project, because you all have partnered with an assignment that God has given me, amazing morning, Brandon. Let me tell you something. You can expect God to do it in your life 1,000 times over. 1,000 times greater. And I am so excited to hear and to see and to know for every personal, seed of sponsorship, for every business seed of sponsorship. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen, how you all are going to do, how God's going to do amazing things and all that you all have going on. So I'm really excited about it. And again, I can't say thank you enough. I'll probably still be saying thank you and I'll probably be balling out. And good morning, Miss Joy. I'll probably be balling out, when the entire process is complete. And I started working on ordering some of the stuff yesterday and this weekend, I believe. I'm going to try my best to this weekend. I'm not making any promises. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to try my best to do it because we have a huge, huge project that we're doing in Florence on tomorrow, partnering with the city of Florence to have a neighborhood drive-through barbecue. Good morning, Miss Gail. And so I'm going to try my best this weekend. If not this weekend, throughout the weekend, over Christmas and stuff, y'all can look forward to some behind the scenes footage of building out the studio for Winning Winnie and to see all the stuff. I'm definitely going to take y'all behind the scenes. So I will say this. For those of you who are not following me that are watching me on YouTube and listening to me on Rhema Sound Radio, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. I'll put, the stories there. And as a matter of fact, now I'm gonna put the stories on YouTube too. So y'all will be able to see the updates and behind the scenes footage, take y'all on like a vlogging style. That's what it is, vlogging. But I'm gonna take y'all with me to see everything that I'm doing and where your sponsorship has gone. It's nothing more amazing than to see the actual fruit of something that you have participated in. And it's coming this week, y'all. As I was working on that thing last night, I was like, click, click, add to cart. Good morning, Octavia. That's what I was doing. So, and then also want to remind you, stand by. Excuse me. As I sip my hot chocolate, this it for the week. This it for the week because today Friday. No. Y'all, because I had that whole conversation about how, I'm delivered from hot chocolate having a grip on me. This is it for until the new year. I won't have any more hot chocolate until after the new year. And then I made up in my mind yesterday that I will limit myself to one per month, regardless if it's cold or not. I've been doing just fine with tea for 2 months. And what I'm not going to do is let my mind get back in the mindset that, oh, you haven't had it in a while, so you can get back into it. See, that's what happened when you get rid of stuff and you don't fill it with something good. If you don't fill your thing with something good, that bad old thing, that good bad old thing is gonna come right back and try to reside right where it was before. So I done had a conversation with this hot chocolate this morning before I drank it and said, this is what we're not doing. Creating a pattern in my life, because we don't have time for that in these streets. But Dunkin' Donuts, if you would like a partnership, we can arrange some things. I can bump it up. But it will not overtake me. That's how you gotta talk things. But what was I telling you? Good morning, Kalisha. So yeah, y'all will see some behind the scenes footage. And then for those of you, today is the last day that my bad, y'all. I didn't tell y'all what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for y'all to drop in the comments what y'all want me to talk about. Ask me some questions. Y'all throw out some topics and things, and we'll go right into it this morning. It's Freestyle Friday. Y'all know how it goes. We just kind of, we go with the freestyle. That's what we're doing this morning. And for those of you who are locked in on Rhema Sound Radio, just text me 843-580-6550. That's the number you can text it to. I will see it and we'll get to talking. Okay. But while I'm waiting for y'all to drop it in the comments, I'm gonna give y'all some more updates. Also want to say thank you. I mean, not thank you. Yeah, I did say thank you to everybody. But if you would like to be a part of the feedback panel and focus group, response group, however you want to call it, I have not come up. I think I came up with a name with it the first day, and I just don't recall it right now. But my allies, amazing like you team, I need to hear from you. I need some feedback from you, especially going into this next elevation of making winning better, the broadcast and all of that. And I'm so thankful. I want to say thank you to Facebook for locking me out. Yesterday I was like, I'm about to just start a whole new page. I said that yesterday. I'll just start from scratch and start a whole new page. I said that, and I'm still thinking about doing it. Just to make sure that, I can open up my platform even more. And then I'm going to ask all of you to please, especially on Facebook, because I don't have access to it right now. If y'all could please flood your Facebook or flood Facebook overall to let everybody know they can join me on YouTube. I can see the notifications, so I can see people asking me where I am and what happened, and they can't see the live anymore, but I just can't respond to them. So if somebody could please, just let everybody know on Facebook, Winnie on YouTube, then I would greatly appreciate it. But if you would like to be a part of, because it's not but, somebody is definitely helping me with that. Thank you. Also, if you would like to be a part of the feedback group, this group is going to meet with me. It's going to be a private meeting. I'm not going to make the details of the meeting public, like the date or any of that. I will put on social media to ask anybody that would like to be a part of it to send me a message. But if you have not already sent me a message or say, hey, listen, I would love to be a part of that group to kind of give you some background of what the experience is like from my side, I would not my side, but your side. I would greatly appreciate you being a part of that panel team. So just send me a message. If you're on Instagram, you can send me a direct message. For those of you who are on YouTube, you can drop it in the comment section as long as, while we're live, or you can text me 843-580-6550. Rhema Sound Radio, you can text me at the same number just to say, hey, listen, I would love to be a part of your group, because I would love to hear, the feedback. Months ago, I think it was months. Yeah, it had to be months ago. When I started going live, I started asking everybody. No, it was before I went live, actually. I started asking everybody, like, send me a question a day. And what I'm gonna do is answer a question every single day. And then there were times where I got off the question and I was like, yo, listen, God, there were times. One day, the Spirit of God completely took over. That question, the questions that I had went out the window, and for like a whole week, I was just flowing. And I noticed that the questions stopped coming in. I'm like, why y'all not sending me any questions? And one of my young people, like part of the student ministry, came to me and said, hey, Pastor Winnie, I'm Pastor Winnie. They said, we don't send questions in because we like when you are spirit led. Those conversations that you have and you opening up about what you've experienced in your life or what you may be going through is definitely helping a lot of people. So the reason we don't send questions in is because we need you to just be real. We don't need you to just, go by what we send in and then limit it to that. We need you to be sensitive to God and just let it flow. And I'm going to tell you something, me listening to her and me applying that to my life. Good morning, Pastor Gilliam. Excuse me. Amazing morning to you. I'm going to text it in because I'm not sure. I think 580 Monica 843-580-6550 is the number. But that bit of feedback that she gave me changed my prayer life for Winnie. Straight up and down. During my prayer life, I pray for, good morning, Trianda. I pray for all of you. I pray that God does, amazingly abundant things in your life. But it also changed my prayer life, and it intensified my prayer life to say, hey, God, listen now, your people have a need. Because something that I know is when God gives me an assignment and I'm obedient to that assignment, supernatural things take place. And because I'm expecting supernatural things to take place, I have a dynamic conversation with God to say, hey, God, listen, this is what I'm in expectation for. And I need you to do it just like that because this is what your people need. It put me in a position to be able to take a need to God and say, hey, God, listen, your people are saying this. And because I know you to be a way maker, because I know you to be a miracle worker, because I know you to always come through, and because I know your word to say that you supply every need that we lack in no area of our lives, God, I'm expecting you to work through me in a way that your people's needs are met and exceeded just as you've promised in your word. I mean, it caused me to go to a whole nother level and a whole nother realm with my prayer life when it came to, overall, but also when it came to winning, with my conversation about you and with my conversation with God about, hey, listen, this assignment you gave me, now listen. My eyes have been opened, God. My eyes have been opened, and now I have a greater understanding of what my assignment is. Now, God, I already know that everything that I need for this assignment, you've put in me. Now I got to tap into it. So, God, I need you to show me how to operate and function in this. See, if you were with me 4 years ago when Winnie launched, or any span of time over this 4 years, you have definitely seen the growth and the maturity in Winnie. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Woo, we have come a long way, okay? But we're nowhere near where God is taking me. And where Winnie is going, we're not close, like we're not there yet. Okay. I'm not going to say nowhere near, but we got some ways to go. And I'm definitely open to it. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. And then I do also want to say to everybody who great influx of people who just logged on to Rhema Sound Radio. Listen, if you have not heard, I'm locked out of Facebook, but I am on YouTube, and I'm on YouTube Live every morning, and I'm on YouTube Live right now. So just go to YouTube, search for Winnie, and you can see me live on Facebook, but I mean on YouTube. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I want to say, I can't say thank you enough to everybody. Okay. As I thought about it this morning, my thought process behind, God, what are you doing? I read this article last night because, the last couple of nights I have been saturated in like studio setup and things like that. And y'all, whew, let me just tell y'all, so I'm so excited about this studio setup. Excuse me. I'm so pumped about the overall vision that God has given me for the studio. I'm just so pumped about it. Well, I'm reading these articles and this blog, and one part of the blog said, in our generation, there was a time where we were so concerned about labels that we overlooked who we are and how we could make a difference in our generation. And I said, I completely agree with that. I just had a conversation with someone a couple months ago, and they asked me if I would be willing to do a article. They wanted to do an article on me, and I was like, absolutely. We haven't done the article yet. When the article, when we do the interview and the article is set to be released, I will definitely let all of you know. But before they asked me that, they started asking me questions about what made you create your apparel line. Why did you have that hunger in you? And I said, it's been a long time since I've wanted to do that, and that desire has been in my heart. But it has just recently been where I've recognized that came from God. It wasn't something that I just went to bed with and woke up with and came up on my own. That didn't happen. Like all of that happened on my own. Yes, I did go to sleep one night and wake up with it in my heart, but that was from God. That wasn't like when he went to sleep and woke up. And Winnie put that there. Winnie did not put that there. God put that there. And because God put that there, I have a different expectation for it. See, I can now expect God to do it completely. I don't have to do this on my own. And so I started telling them, that was a period in my life where I didn't appreciate the authenticity of things. And I'm going to break this down to y'all. And I'm quite sure there's going to be a good bit of people who can relate to this. But has y'all drop it in the comments and y'all talk to me and tell me. Y'all talk back to me this morning now. You remember in time past where your mother, your grandmother, your guardian, somebody while you were growing up made you clothes. They made you some clothes, like they used to sew clothes for you. And I know growing up, my mom would sew my clothes. And I also know that because my mom sewed my clothes, there was a period in my life where I went through where my peers used to tease my sister and I, or, I'm a twin, but my peers would tease me because I didn't have on the same like brand of clothes that they had on, or the same brand that they were exposed to. And as I look back over it now, I appreciate that I had, let me tell you something. My mama was a custom designer for me, and I didn't see it then, and I didn't appreciate it. I didn't, at my young age, I didn't embrace it. And now here I am older, and I'm like, oh, I want tailor-made clothes. And have an understanding that, listen, tailor-made clothes don't have the same label on it that the ones that you buy out the store are. I mean, they have. They don't. And it hit me when I was talking to this person right before they y'all heard me talk a little bit about it last week too. I think I just didn't, say I was talking to somebody about the article and all that. But right before they asked me was I interested in doing an interview, I told them, I said, I'm tailor-made. And something that I woke up with one morning in my heart is, because I'm tailor-made, I deserve to wear tailor-made clothing. And that is why I'm making this brand. I've designed this apparel line. Good morning, Sandrika, is to help people understand that, listen, don't overlook the things that you have in your heart, because the big box brand that you see on the TV, you have that very same ability to be that brand right now. But you got to be willing to be tailor-made in a moment. See, people look at it now and they don't have an appreciation for it just yet, because it is not that big box brand that you were exposed to growing up, or that may be in the stores right now. But all it takes is for you to be obedient. All it takes is for you to be sensitive. All it takes is for you to discern. All it takes is your passion to be in full effect. All it takes is for you to put a new picture on the canvas of your imagination. All it takes is for your drive, and whatever it is that God has put in you. Let me be very clear with you. You got everything in you to be better than what you're looking at. You do. You definitely do. So as I'm having this conversation with people, I sit there, clear under your garments, and my mom made everything for my siblings. And I'm trying to tell you, I sat there and I looked at it and I said, we are all a brand, and we all have a name. God designed us, but we haven't embraced that yet. And I'm telling you, there is something so amazing and something so powerful in you that if you just take a second and say, God, what juice did you put in me? I had to get a little real with it. I'm dripping with something. And what is it that you put in me? Because whatever it is that you put in me, I need that thing to come out of me. And how does it come out of me? And let me be very clear. There are some people that God has graced with giftings to be that behind the scenes, to be that pusher. Hey, go on, be my pusher. And what I mean by that is there are some people that God has groomed to be that behind the scenes, to push somebody else to make them look good. And let me be very clear. There are also some people that God groomed to be on the forefront. There are some people that God groomed to be the mind behind things. There are people that God has groomed to be the hands and spokespeople of things. God has groomed every last one of us with something. We just got to know, God, what did you groom us with? How did you do it? How do I work through this thing? So I really just wanted to encourage y'all this morning to say, hey, listen, you are just uniquely designed. And there is something, like I always tell you, something amazing in you. And I look forward to you tapping into that amazing thing that God has placed in you. And I'm so looking forward to the amazing fruit that comes out of it. It reminds me of the story of David when before he went to go fight Goliath. He was supposed to go take his brothers some sandwiches, some food and things. And then he's like, yo, listen, I can fight this giant. And they're overlooking him. And it just makes me think about, as I think about that story, it reminds me of the experience that I had while I was reading that story recently. It was almost like I could feel David's passion. Like, listen, it don't matter if you don't believe in me. You know what? Send me out there and I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. And sometimes that's the stance that we have to take as we close out this year intentionally. That may be the mindset that we have to have. Hey, God, I know you put this burning and this passion inside of me. And although other people may not see it at this very moment, God, move your hand in my life in a way that I can show them better than I can tell them. See, God, you already said that you would prove them wrong. You already said that you would move mightily in my life. God, you already promised me some things. But let me be very clear with you, God. I'm not in a place in my life and never will be where I am here to please people. I am here to please you. So because I'm here to please you, God, you give me instructions. You promised me that your spirit will be here to lead and to guide me. You promised me goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. You promised me that favor surrounds me like a shield. So God, as I close out this year intentionally, God, I want to thank you right now that I can show them better than I can tell them. I can show them how your hand moves in my life. I can show them how your light shines through my life. I can show them how I am your best natural representation here in the earth. I can show them that, God, without you, I wouldn't make it. I can show them, just like your word said, that all that I am and all that I will ever be is by your grace. So God, let me be the display of your grace in this place. God, show up, show out like you promised you would do. And God, I want to thank you in advance. Thank you so much for the lives of the people that will be changed. Thank you so much for the strength that you've given me. Thank you so much for the fortitude. And God, I want to thank you overall because I benefit from this obedience. God, I need you like never before. People are counting down the days, but God, I'm counting to the maturity in my relationship with you. I'm counting to the intensity in my relationship with you. And God, I'm counting to see your glory. That's the kind of conversation we got to have with God. That is the kind of conversation. And y'all, I'm telling you, my God, I am telling you, there's a boldness in you that is like roaring to get out. And I know I'm getting emotional because I'm talking to somebody this morning. Somebody is like, yo, I'm a little nervous to step out. Like it's like a more than a discomfort to you. It's more than a trembling stage. It's more than uncertainty. Let me be very clear with you right now. Hear me by the Spirit of God. God's got you. Okay? Let me be very clear. The Bible tells us that God's word, it will never return to him void. See, that's why I come through every morning And I tell you, I got your scriptural support. Because God promised me that his word will never return to him. See, at the end of the day, my entire life, let me say my whole day, because at the end of the day, my whole day got to report back to God. My entire day. My day got to run itself down and report back to God. And what I know, according to his word, is that it will never, ever return to him void. See, when I lay my head at night, I can rest peacefully because I am fully assured that number one, God never sleeps nor slumbers. I can rest assured because I know without a shadow of a doubt that God's hand has been all up and through my day. I can rest assured because I know without a shadow of a doubt that God's plan can never be stopped. It can't be stopped by the enemy. It cannot be distracted. It cannot be derailed because not only have I confessed that over my life, but it's something that God has promised me. And he told me it ain't gonna never return to him void. Never. I mean, we are at a place, I can't say all of us, but if anybody can relate to this, you'll understand what I'm saying. I have done this before. I've written a check before where, it bounced. I have written a check and it bounced. And you know what it said when it bounced? It had an NSF on it. Non-sufficient funds. And you know why that motivates and encourages me in this moment? Because the Bible tells me that I serve an all-sufficient God. There will never be, ever be anything that I put my hands to. There will never, ever be anything you put your hands to that God has told you to move on, that you have a burning in, that you follow the plan of God and align it with his will, that God does not have the sufficiency to make it happen. Ain't no checks bouncing with God. You hear me? Let me tell you something. There will never, ever be anything that can come to God and he return it and say non-sufficient. Never. I can rest assured with that. And I'm fully confident. And I believe that. And I know it to be so. Ain't nothing returning in these streets. Not from the God that I serve. So listen, whoever it is that I'm talking to, they're like, yo, listen. And let me be clear. I know that I'm talking to somebody that partnered with me and said, I want to sponsor you. I feel that thing. Like I hear God talking to me right now by his spirit. I know it's somebody that sent in and said, yo, I'm going to sponsor you. I'm going to sponsor you because I believe in you. And I believe I should be doing something, but I ain't there yet. But I'm going to go ahead and sponsor. Well, let me tell you something. You triggered something in your life. Obey God. Because on the other side of obedience is a supernatural move of God. All it takes is for you to make up in your mind that God ain't nothing returning to you void. I'm closing out this year intentionally. And what I'm going to intentionally do is obey your word. What I'm going to intentionally do is follow your plan. And God, I'm going to do all that I know to do, and I'm going to leave the rest up to you. God, I'm committing every part of my business to you. So God, I need you. Show up, show out. Show me what to do. I'm going to do this thing, like people say, trembling and trusting. God, I have read your word and I know your word. Even if you ain't read it, tell God, I know your word say this. Because when he said, God, she said it's in your word. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to search for it. That's the kind of conversation I have with God. I don't read everything that I don't check. Let me say it like this. When I have a conversation with God sometimes, that thing is so prompt too. When I hear my prophet speak, I be like, God, you spoke to me through your prophet, Dr. Briggs, and this is what your word declares. See, if we trust in God to speak to us and move, y'all, let me tell you something. I ain't never read in the scripture where God said, go read it first and then bring it back to me. No, man, I'm trusting God to speak. And however he do it, I'm good with it. Come on, bring it. And he can use whomever, however, he gonna do it. Long as you do it. Like I have a conversation with him every day. However you gonna do it, go and do it, God. Just don't do it without me. So whoever I'm talking to, the business that you're supposed to bring out of you, the bold step that you are to make, the elevation that is burning and roaring to come out of you. Yo, let that thing out. You have already supported and sown a seed into a kingdom work. And that thing is burning in you right now more intensely than it ever has. And that's the Spirit of God rumbling in your spirit to say, hey, listen, move. Do it now. Because you've already partnered with a kingdom assignment, a kingdom project, and a kingdom acceleration. And because you've done that, I'm going to accelerate you. See, that's how God moves in these streets. God don't be moving in these streets like how other people say, like, oh, okay, this how the picture is painted, okay? This is how the picture painted. Y'all ready? The picture is painted as though we read the word. You bring all your tithes into the storehouse, and then God will open up the windows of heaven's blessings, and you won't have room enough to receive it, right? Well, the picture is painted as though, let's just say today is Sunday morning. And the way the picture or is presented to you is it's Sunday morning, you return your tithe and you give offering. And then you pray for what you want. You release your word over it. Hey God, I'm doing what you say, and God, I'm believing it's gonna return to me this way. The way some people present it is as though you give it on Sunday, and what you pray for on Sunday, then that's what manifests on Monday. Let me be clear with you. I understand that there are some prayers that I'm operating off of that my grandfather prayed, that my grandmother prayed. They may be gone to be with the Lord, but let me be very clear. Those prayers did not die. Neither did their grace, their declarations, their anointings that transferred on my life. None of that is dead. There are prayers and seeds that I've sown years ago that are uprooting, growing, harvesting, manifesting in my life right now. So I'm going to tell you this. Okay? I'm saying all that to tell you this. The Bible says to sow because you don't know which seed it is that's going to sprout up. And I'm going to tell you, there is something that you have been sowing into. There is a conversation that you've been having with God. There is something in your life that you've been saying, hey, God, I need this to happen. And God is saying, check this out. Obey me in this area and watch me bring everything else. See, we eliminate some things in our lives because of one obedient move we didn't do. Like you've heard Pastor Briggs teach before. You've heard him say, like, you one obedient move away from a miracle of God. I know that there was a floodgate that was open when I obeyed God and moved to Charleston to serve my man of God. I know it. I know it to be certain. I know it to be true. Okay, let me be very clear with you. I know it to be true. When God spoke to me and told me to move, I did it without hesitation. And things that I have been talking to God about years and years past, God did for me in a matter of days because I obeyed him. And to the person that I'm talking to, you've already sown your seed. You've been talking to God. There's an intensity in you right now, burning, saying, let me out of here. Let me out. I'm making it funny, but I'm so serious. Hear me by the Spirit of God. Don't babysit that thing. Be intentional and do what God's saying. That's all I want to tell y'all this morning. That's what I want to encourage y'all in. Y'all talk back to me. Let's talk about some things. I see on Raymond Sound Radio there was some comments that came through. Thank you, Pastor Gillum. I see you. I see your text messages. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me just tell you, whoever it is I'm talking to, yo, I'm pushing you. Just do it, you know? I would tell you a tale if I said I wasn't nervous when I launched Winning. Like on October 2nd, I launched Winning as a company, as a brand. And I'm gonna tell you something. Talk about nervous. Shoot. Let me tell you nervous, okay? Let me paint this picture of nervous to you. I said, God, first of all, I was comfortable. You know, I was like, okay, I'm good with where I am. That on my shirt. Excuse me, y'all. I don't like that on the camera. I was like, okay, God, look, I'm good with where I am. You know, I'm encouraging the people, motivating, inspiring, infusing with hope, you know, being transparent, scriptural support, all the stuff you told me to do, gatekeeper their confidence. I'm doing all of that. Why I got to do more? And y'all, let me tell you something. And we do this, okay? I'm going to say I do this because I ain't coming for nobody. I ain't sending for nobody. I'm going to talk about myself this morning, okay? This is what I did. I almost limited God. I did. To sit and say, oh, God is so amazing. He'll elevate, he'll promote and all of that. And girl, you stay in the same spot? What kind of message are you sending? Boo. Please tighten up. That's the kind of conversation I have with myself. Girl, get yourself all the way together and let's do this. You know, think about how many people, I'm gonna be very clear with you. When I tell y'all this, okay? And this is also for the people that are watching me that are saying, yo, I need to partner with her. I'm gonna be very clear with y'all, okay? I will never, ever stop talking about the goodness of God. I will always tell people how good God is. Listen, I don't care how people say you should say it when you own certain platforms. I'm going to tell you this. The platforms that I will be on and the platforms that the doors that God will open for me, let me be clear. The people will hear it's about God, my Father, Jesus Christ, my Savior. Holy Spirit, the Trinity. They're going to hear about all of that. I ain't souping up no words or none of that. I'm keeping it plain and simple. That can't nobody do it like my God, the Father. Period. Okay? So I ain't about to be scaling back in these streets. And you not either. Because I ain't about to let you. As I sip my hot chocolate. So y'all talk back to me. What we doing on this Good Here Freestyle Friday? It's the weekend, baby. I see somebody texting me and said, stop it, you going there. Listen, we just gotta be real with ourselves. And y'all already know. Good morning, Miss Maritha. Y'all already know, you know, how real I get and how real I am, especially when it comes to the word of God. See, we be sleeping on ourselves in these streets and we don't have a reason to. We don't. You know, it's people that we look at and they're like, oh, you know, they flaunt their stuff. It's flattery and all that. They flaunt their stuff. Well, you know what? I'm going to flaunt God. I am. Because if I could have done it on my own, I would have done it a long time ago. But don't sleep on me because the grace of God is on me. You heard me? That's how I am in these streets. That's what I wanted to encourage y'all in on this Good Here Friday morning. I'm still waiting for y'all to send me a question or something to answer. You know, send me a topic. Let's talk about it. Y'all talk back to me on what we just talked about. Let's chop it up a little bit. Let's get on into that thing because I'm going to tell you. We are closing out this year intentionally. We closing it out and saying, God, listen, all that stuff you have for me, I ain't going to let nothing stop me. I'm going full throttle, full force, like a train. And I need you to do that thing. That's what I need in these streets. So that's what I want to encourage y'all in this morning. For those of you who missed it, that I talked about this morning, earlier this morning, if you have not sent me a message to say, hey, listen, I need to be a part of your feedback group to tell you a little bit about, how my experience is on this side when you kicking off my morning, what I think would be really good for you to think about, all of that. Please contact me in some way, shape, or form. You can text me 843-580-6550. You can send me a message on Instagram. Please don't send me one on Facebook because Facebook locked me out. I'm still locked out. Like, I deleted the app, tried to log back in. It still said you've been locked out since December 10th. And then it said 24 to 48 hours to gain access. And today is December 18th. I'm just saying, for Facebook, when they see this, I'm still locked out of my account. So y'all let me know, and please let me know by today so I can get it scheduled and get it out and all of that. And hey, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I commit to always be radical and real for God. I don't know no other way, because God has been radical and real in my life for years. He's never switched up on me. He's never Pastor Gillum. That is hilarious. He's never switched up on me. He's never provided guesswork in my life. He's always been consistent. He's always been there. And the way I'm going to thank him for that is I'm going to let everybody know. I'm going to let everybody know. On whatever platform I'm on, whatever environment that I'm in, whatever encounters that I have, everybody's going to know that all that I am and all that I will ever be is by his grace, the grace of God. His word tells me that. And I will tell people that always. I'll never stop it. Never. And so somebody just put on Instagram, Facebook can't stop the millions of people you are going to reach. I received that in Jesus' name. Yes, I will reach millions of people. And you are right. Somebody asked me yesterday, well, why did Facebook, it was a prime timer. They're a little older. Why did Facebook lock you out? I said, well, they said it was some unusual activity, but I'm guessing it's because I was encouraging too many people. I was being entirely too positive to too many people. So they just said, hold it. We got to slow that down because that wasn't on our agenda. But they didn't know that God had an agenda. They must didn't know. Think I'm concerned? Not one bit. Not one bit. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't tell y'all also. I did not tell y'all yet that also very soon, because I told y'all when I launched YouTube that I would put the live stream on my website like a week or so after. I do want to give y'all this update. I am still gonna stream live from my website. Excuse me, but that's because I'm drinking that hot chocolate. But I do want to give y'all this update because I always want to make sure that I follow up with things that I say. That's my integrity. I have decided since having, what was it, day before yesterday, and I shared my encounter with you all of what God told me to do with the sponsorship. I have decided to wait until the upgrades are done and then stream from my website. So I'll definitely be releasing all of the platforms that I'll be streaming from so that everybody, can lock in and all that good stuff. So for right now, I'll be just live on YouTube, live on Instagram, and on Rhema Sound Radio. And then I'll open up the different platforms when I'm finished with the upgrades. I will tell y'all I am pushing. When I say I am pushing to have this thing done by, but the upgrades completed by the first of the year, I am pushing. And I will say with everybody's partnership, I am so close to what I needed to meet the budget for that. So I want to thank all of you. Thank you so very much for your support. Thank you for your partnership. And I'm so excited to release the amazing things. I know there's still some people that are saying, I'm going to partner, I'm going to do this. And I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. I'm so close. And y'all, we're going to get it done. We're going to get her done. That's what they say in South Carolina. We're going to get her done. We're going to get it done. It's going to be upgraded and it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. So yeah, that's where we are. And I believe that's it for today, y'all, because y'all didn't send me any questions. It's Freestyle Friday. I see y'all commenting. And I trust that y'all a little quiet this morning because you're getting blessed by, or you got blessed by what I shared. And to the person or people that I was talking to this morning, let me just tell you something. Although it may be something so scary, and although it may seem like it's something so intimidating for you to do what's burning in you, what God is telling you to do. And let me be very clear with you. It's nobody's responsibility but God to do what he said he's going to do. So that should take some pressure off you to know that, hey, listen, although you may have gone out and told people you're going to do this, do not let the spirit of fear that did not come from God, but do not let that grip you in a way where you continue to let that thing play on your head. Because I already know what you're saying. Like, what if it don't work? What are people gonna say? And how people gonna respond? Then what am I gonna say? Don't let none of that distract you, derail you, keep you back from obeying God, because God just needs you to take that one step of obedience so he can do the rest. And so, and you don't have to worry about what people are saying, what they looking at, none of that. Just know for an assurance that when you obey God and you allow God to get involved in it, let me tell you something. Nobody will be able to say anything, but that had to be by God. Nobody could have done that but God. So don't allow that to grip you. Don't allow that to keep you back from obeying God. Do it now. Now, whatever it is, regardless if it's starting your business, if it's moving forward in business relationships or relationships, period, regardless if it's a promotion that you've been contemplating about taking, whatever it is that God has put in you that is burning and roaring to come out and you just suppressing it, do not suppress it any longer. God is just waiting for you to do what he has told you to do. And you've heard from him. You know it too. And you've allowed your mind to play back and forth to say, maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I should hold back on this, or, oh, that ain't God talking to me. Maybe that's my mind mixed up in this. You know good and well that was God talking to you. And you just let your mind play on you to tell you that wasn't God. Well, hear ye what thus saith the Lord. Do it. You didn't become a sponsor and you didn't partner and support with Winnie to get nothing out of it. I'm gonna be very clear with you, okay? People do things for benefit. If you say you don't, listen, I do things for benefit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's a benefit to me serving. There is a benefit for me being here every single morning and obeying God in this assignment. It's a benefit for me being a part of your day. That's a benefit to the things that I do. And my man of God taught me that every relationship is mutually beneficial. So I'm being very clear. You partnered, you supported, you've encouraged, you here, allow me to be a part of your day. And you're not doing that just because. You're doing that because there is a benefit that you are getting out of it. Well, go and get your benefits. Don't leave nothing on the table. Take it all. All right. That's what I'm going to encourage you in this morning. And I'm excited, to hear. I'm excited to say, I'm so excited to hear after the fact to be like, yo, Pastor Winnie or Winnie, you was talking to me and you blessed my whole life. Let me tell you what I did. I got up and I obeyed God. And let me tell you what God did. And when he do it, let me tell you, go and give him his props. Okay. Go and tell everybody God did this. Nobody could have done this but God. Okay. I got to get out of here. Oh, you are so welcome, Charles. I'm so glad that it blessed you. I really, really am. And let me tell you something, because my prayer life has intensified, I'm in great expectation for God to speak directly, through me to everybody, like to his people. I know every single day that God's going to give me something that is specifically tailor-made for you. That's the prayer that I pray every day. And I'm grateful for it. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, kick off the weekend in an amazing way. I have definitely enjoyed being a part of your day. Thank you so, so very much. I definitely don't take it for granted. And I want to thank you for being a part of my day. It definitely wouldn't be the same. I'm Winnie Winnie, the gatekeeper of your confidence. Make sure that you not only follow me on Instagram, but subscribe to my YouTube channel and just follow me all the way around. I'm going to start taking y'all on some behind the scenes and definitely behind the scenes of the studio being designed and built out. YouAreTheBomb.com, Sandrika. Definitely going to take y'all on some behind the scenes of the studio being built out and what your sponsorship has made happen. I definitely want to show you that, and I'm gonna open it up and show y'all. We're gonna have a real good time, and it looks like that I'm gonna try my best. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. You enjoy the rest of your day as well. I'm going to try my best to get it started this weekend. But if not, y'all look forward to it throughout all of next week. I got to get out of here. Thank you so, so very much. God, my prayer today is that, God, your boldness just overtakes resistance today. That's my prayer for every person. God, any part of resistance that they have in their life, God, let your boldness overtake it where it has to give in the lives of your people, God, that what you want to come out of them comes out. I thank you for it now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. That's my prayer. That, listen, you can't resist it. There's no fight that you can have against the love of God. None. And I pray that his boldness that's in you, it just knock all those resistance walls down. Just boom, all the way through. Just knock it down. And I know that's what's going to happen. I got to get out of here. Y'all have an amazing weekend as always. I'm looking forward to y'all locking in with me. On Monday, I'll be right here with you, kicking off your day with some great encouragement, motivation, inspiration, and hope. As always, have an amazing day and much love.